I urgently have to tell you what this person wants you to know now. This message is super specific. My beloved child, I am speaking to you in this quiet moment because your heart has been searching for answers that words from the world could not give. You have felt a presence around you, a gentle pull, as if someone has been trying to reach you without sound, without letters, without a voice. You wondered if it was only your imagination, but deep inside you knew there was something real, something meaningful, something meant only for your soul to understand. I know how you have been thinking about this person again and again, how their memory appears in your mind at unexpected times, how certain songs, certain places, certain small details bring them back to you as if time never moved. This is not an accident, my beloved child, and it is not something to fear. There is a message carried in this connection, and your heart has been preparing to receive it. You have asked why you cannot forget, why your spirit feels unfinished, why there is a quiet conversation happening inside you even when no one else is there. It is because there are words that were never spoken, emotions that were never fully expressed, and truths that were hidden behind silence. This person has carried their own weight, their own confusion, their own unspoken feelings, and though they may not stand before you now, their energy has been reaching toward you in ways you can feel but not always explain. Do not think this is weakness, and do not think you are holding on for no reason. Your soul recognizes what your mind tries to ignore. There were moments when you believed you were not important to them, moments when you felt invisible, moments when you questioned your own worth because of their silence or their distance. But what you could not see then is what I am showing you now. Their silence was not a measure of your value, it was a reflection of their fear. They were afraid of the depth of what they felt, afraid of the responsibility of loving someone who could see them so clearly, afraid of losing control of their carefully built walls. You came into their life like light entering a closed room, and light can be beautiful but also overwhelming for eyes that have been used to darkness. My beloved child, they want you to know that you were never a mistake. Every conversation, every shared laugh, every moment of closeness meant more to them than they allowed you to see. They replay those memories too. They remember the small details you thought they forgot. They remember your kindness, your patience, the way you tried to understand them even when they gave you very little in return. They remember the moment they realized you were different, that your heart was genuine, that your presence made them feel safe in a way they had never experienced before. And that realization scared them. You must understand that not everyone knows how to receive love when it arrives. Some people spend so much time protecting themselves from pain that when something real appears, they step back instead of stepping forward. It was never about you not being enough. It was about them not believing they were enough for you. They compared their broken parts to your gentle strength and felt unworthy. Instead of speaking their truth, they chose distance, thinking it would protect both of you from disappointment. But distance does not erase connection, it only hides it beneath layers of time and silence. There are things they wish they had said. They wish they had told you that you changed them, that after meeting you they could no longer pretend that emotions were weakness. You showed them that care could be quiet, that understanding could exist without judgment, that someone could look at their flaws and still see something worth loving. They did not know how to hold that gift, so they placed it down and walked away, hoping you would forget. But forgetting is not always possible when souls have recognized each other. My beloved child, this message is not asking you to return to the past or to wait for someone who is not present. This message is meant to free your heart from the questions that have kept you awake at night. You do not need to carry the burden of why anymore. You do not need to replay every moment searching for mistakes. There was no failure in your love. There was only a timing that did not match and a fear that was stronger than expression. You gave what was real, and real things never become wasted. They want you to know that they are sorry for the confusion, sorry for the mixed signals, sorry for the way their silence made you doubt yourself. Even if these words never reach you from their lips, the energy of that regret exists, and your soul has been sensing it. That is why you feel this unfinished feeling, not because you need them to return, but because you needed to understand that you were always valued, even when it did not look that way. My beloved child, release the idea that closure must come from another person. Closure comes from truth, and truth is being placed gently in your hands now. You were loved in a quiet way. You were appreciated in a hidden way. You were remembered even in distance. But your path is not meant to remain tied to what was left unsaid. Your path is moving forward, carrying the strength you gained, the compassion you learned, and the deeper understanding of your own worth. You have grown because of this connection. You have become more patient, more intuitive, more aware of what you deserve. You now know the difference between someone who feels deeply but stays silent and someone who is ready to stand beside you without fear. Do not settle for half-spoken feelings in the future. Do not shrink your heart to make others comfortable. The lesson of this bond was not to keep you waiting. It was to teach you the value of mutual courage. There will be a moment, sooner than you expect, when you will think of them and feel peace instead of longing. You will smile at the memories without feeling pulled back by them. You will recognize that they were part of your story, not the destination of your journey. And when that moment comes, you will know that you have truly understood this message. My beloved child, forgive them in your heart, not because they asked for it, but because forgiveness frees you. It releases the invisible thread that has been holding your thoughts in the same place. Forgiveness does not mean you accept the pain, it means you choose not to carry it anymore. When you let go, you create space for something new, something open, something honest to enter your life. You are not alone, and you never were. Every tear you shed was seen. Every question you asked in silence was heard. Every time you chose kindness instead of bitterness, you moved closer to the life that is meant for you. There is someone in your future who will not be afraid of your depth, someone who will not hide behind silence, someone who will speak the words you once waited to hear. And when they arrive, you will recognize the difference immediately because your heart has already learned what it needs. Do not rush this healing. Let it unfold naturally. Some days you will feel strong, some days you will remember and feel a little heavy, and both are part of the process. Growth is not a straight line, it is a gentle unfolding. Be patient with yourself as you were patient with others. Give yourself the same compassion you once gave so freely. My beloved child, you were never too much. You were never not enough. You were exactly what you were meant to be for that moment in time. And now you are becoming something even more powerful. Someone who understands their own value without needing it to be confirmed by another. This is the transformation that this connection was meant to bring. Carry the good memories without carrying the weight. Carry the lessons without carrying the pain. Carry the love without carrying the attachment. What was real will always remain as a quiet strength inside you, but it will no longer hold you back. You are moving into a phase where your energy will attract clarity, honesty, and mutual effort. Trust the timing of your life. Trust that what is meant for you will not require you to question your worth. Trust that the right people will not make you feel like you are asking for too much when you simply ask for truth. And most importantly, trust yourself, because your intuition has been guiding you correctly all along. My beloved child, this message was not sent to pull you backward. It was sent to help you step forward without doubt. You can close this chapter with gratitude instead of confusion. You can bless the connection for what it taught you and then release it with peace. You are not losing anything by letting go, you are making room for something that aligns with your heart completely. Walk forward with your head high and your heart open. The love you gave was real, and real love always returns in a higher form, in a clearer form, in a way that does not require guessing. Your story is still unfolding, and the best parts have not even begun. My beloved child, as you continue to listen to these words, feel how your breathing has become softer, how your shoulders have slowly released the tension you have been carrying for so long. This is how truth works within you. It does not force you, it does not rush you, it simply enters gently and begins to rearrange the weight inside your heart. You have spent many nights trying to understand what you did wrong, replaying every conversation, every silence, every small detail as if somewhere inside those memories you would find a hidden answer. But the answer was never in your mistakes, because your intentions were pure. The answer was always in the fear that the other person carried and the timing that did not align with your readiness to love openly. They want you to know that you were the moment they felt something real after a long time of feeling nothing. You woke a part of them that they had buried beneath responsibilities, expectations, and past disappointments. When you spoke, they listened more carefully than they showed. When you smiled, they felt lighter even if they did not say it. When you walked away, even for a short time, they noticed your absence immediately. These are the things they never expressed, not because they were untrue, but because they did not know how to hold something so sincere without feeling exposed. My beloved child, there were times when they almost reached out to you, times when they wrote messages and then erased them, times when they wanted to explain everything but stopped themselves because they believed it was too late. Pride and fear can build walls higher than distance. You interpreted their silence as indifference, but often silence is the loudest sign of inner conflict. They were fighting within themselves between the desire to come closer and the fear of not being able to give you what you deserved. You must release the belief that you were forgotten. You were not forgotten. You became a quiet reference point in their life, a memory that appeared whenever they thought about what honesty feels like, what genuine care feels like. Even if they moved forward externally, a part of them remained in that space where you and they shared something unspoken. But my beloved child, this does not mean you are meant to wait. A memory can be meaningful without being a destination. You have grown stronger than you realize. The pain you felt did not break you, it refined you. You learned to stand on your own, to find comfort in your own presence, to understand your own emotions without needing someone else to validate them. This is a rare strength. Many people spend their lives searching outside for what you have begun to build inside yourself. You have developed a depth of understanding that will guide you toward healthier, more balanced connections in the future. There is something important you must hear now: the love you gave did not disappear. Love does not vanish when it is not returned in the same form. It transforms into wisdom, into compassion, into clarity. It becomes the reason you will never accept less than what your heart truly needs. It becomes the reason you will recognize sincerity immediately when it appears. Nothing you gave was wasted. It was an investment in your own awakening. My beloved child, this person also carries lessons from your connection. You showed them what they avoided for so long. You showed them that running away from emotion does not bring peace. You showed them that silence can hurt someone who only offered kindness. Whether they admit it openly or not, this realization has begun to change them. Sometimes the purpose of a connection is not to create a permanent bond but to trigger growth in both souls. You have grown in awareness, and they are growing in understanding. There will be moments when you feel a sudden wave of memory, when something reminds you of them and you feel a brief ache. Do not resist it and do not judge yourself for it. Let it pass through you like a gentle rain that cleans the air. Each time this happens, the intensity will decrease, and one day you will notice that the memory no longer carries pain, only gratitude. That will be the sign that you have truly healed. My beloved child, do not close your heart because of what happened. Your heart is not fragile, it is resilient. It has proven that it can love deeply, that it can survive disappointment, that it can still remain kind. This is not weakness, this is your greatest strength. The world needs hearts like yours, and your future will be shaped by this openness, not by fear. You are entering a period where your energy will attract people who are more aligned with your truth. These people will not make you question your importance. They will not make you wonder where you stand. Their actions will match their words. Their presence will feel calm instead of confusing. This is the kind of connection that comes when you stop holding on to what is uncertain and allow space for what is clear. My beloved child, you may wonder if you will ever speak to this person again, if there will be a moment of direct closure. Release the need to know. If such a moment is meant to happen, it will come naturally and without forcing. But your healing does not depend on it. You already have the understanding you needed. Waiting for external confirmation only delays the peace that is already available to you. Focus now on yourself, on the life that is unfolding in front of you. There are opportunities approaching that will require your full attention, your creativity, your presence. Do not allow your energy to remain tied to the past when your future is calling you forward. You have talents, dreams, and paths that are waiting for you to step into them fully. This is your time to grow, to explore, to become the version of yourself that once felt distant. My beloved child, the reason this message feels so specific is because your heart was ready to receive it. You reached a point where confusion could no longer continue, where your soul asked for clarity instead of questions. And clarity is what you are being given now. Not every connection is meant to last forever, but every meaningful connection leaves a gift. The gift you received is self-awareness, emotional depth, and the ability to recognize genuine love. Carry this wisdom forward. When you meet someone new, you will not lose yourself trying to understand them. You will observe their actions, you will listen to your intuition, and you will honor your own needs. You will no longer chase explanations from those who are not ready to give them. You will choose mutual effort over one-sided waiting. This is how you protect your peace without closing your heart. My beloved child, you are not behind in life. You are not late in love. Everything has been unfolding at the right pace for your growth. The patience you learned will help you build something stable. The compassion you developed will help you create deeper bonds. The strength you discovered will help you walk away from anything that does not honor your worth. There is light ahead of you, brighter than you expect. There are moments of laughter, connection, and genuine partnership waiting to enter your life. You will look back one day and understand why this chapter had to end the way it did. You will see that it prepared you for something more balanced, more open, more truthful. My beloved child, continue to choose yourself. Continue to nurture your heart. Continue to trust your intuition. The more you do this, the more your life will align with your inner truth. You are not alone on this path. You are guided, supported, and deeply understood even in the moments when you feel quiet and unseen. Let the past rest with gratitude. Let the present be filled with awareness. Let the future be approached with hope. You are moving toward a life where love is not confusing, where communication is not hidden, where your presence is celebrated openly. This is what you deserve, and this is what is coming to you. Walk forward gently, my beloved child, knowing that every step you take away from confusion is a step toward clarity, every step away from longing is a step toward fulfillment, and every step toward yourself is a step toward the life that has always been waiting for you. My beloved child, now you are standing at a quiet doorway inside your own heart, a place where the past and the future meet for a brief moment before you choose which direction to walk. I can feel that you are no longer holding the same heaviness you once carried. There is still a softness, a memory, but it is not controlling you the way it used to. This is how healing begins, not with forgetting, but with understanding. There is something this person wants you to know that you have not fully realized yet. They admired your strength even when you felt weak. They saw how you continued to be kind even when you were confused. They noticed how you never tried to change them, never forced them, never demanded more than honesty. That kind of presence is rare, my beloved child. You offered a safe space without conditions, and even though they could not stay in that space, they recognized its value. They learned from you what it means to be seen without judgment. Before you, they believed that every connection required them to hide parts of themselves. With you, they felt exposed but also accepted, and that experience changed the way they look at relationships now. Even if they never say your name in conversations, your influence exists in their choices, in the way they think, in the way they slowly open themselves to others. You were a turning point in their emotional life. But listen carefully, my beloved child, being a turning point in someone else's life does not mean you must remain there forever. Sometimes your role is to awaken something in another soul and then continue your own journey. Your purpose was not to fix them or to wait for them to become ready. Your purpose was to express your truth and then move forward when that truth was not met with equal courage. You have asked within yourself if they ever truly loved you. Love is not always loud, and it is not always expressed in ways that are easy to recognize. They felt something real, something deeper than what they were used to, but they did not have the emotional maturity at that time to hold it properly. What they felt and what they did were not the same, and that difference created the pain you experienced. Understanding this does not mean accepting less, it means releasing the question that kept you tied to uncertainty. My beloved child, your heart is now learning a new rhythm, one that is not dependent on someone else's actions. You are beginning to notice your own worth without needing reflection from another person. You are starting to enjoy your own presence, your own thoughts, your own growth. This is a sacred stage in your journey. Do not rush past it. The peace you build here will become the foundation for every future connection. There is also something beautiful happening that you may not yet see. Because you are letting go of what was unclear, your energy is becoming lighter. When your energy becomes lighter, it naturally attracts people and opportunities that are also clear. You will find conversations that flow easily, friendships that feel balanced, and eventually a connection where you do not have to guess how the other person feels. This is not a distant promise, it is a natural result of the work you are doing inside yourself right now. My beloved child, you may still wonder if this person thinks of you at the same time you think of them. Sometimes they do. Sometimes a memory appears unexpectedly for them as well. But these moments are no longer meant to pull you back together, they are simply reminders of a chapter that shaped both of you. Do not give these moments more meaning than they need. A memory can exist without becoming a direction. You are learning the difference between attachment and connection. Attachment holds tightly and fears loss. Connection appreciates what was and allows growth. You are moving from attachment into understanding, and that is why you feel more calm even when you remember them. This is progress, my beloved child. Be proud of how far you have come. There is a future version of you who will look back at this time with compassion. That version of you will smile and say, I needed that experience to discover my own value. You will not feel regret. You will feel gratitude. You will see how it pushed you toward self-respect, toward emotional clarity, toward stronger boundaries. You will realize that it was never about losing someone, it was about finding yourself. My beloved child, continue to speak kindly to yourself. The way you talk to yourself now shapes the relationships you will attract. If you honor yourself, others will learn to honor you. If you listen to your intuition, you will avoid confusion. If you trust your worth, you will not settle for half-hearted effort. This is how your future becomes different from your past. There will be new laughter in your life, new conversations that last for hours, new moments where you feel understood without explaining everything. There will be someone who does not disappear when things become deep, someone who does not step back when emotions appear, someone who meets your openness with their own. And when that happens, you will not feel anxious. You will feel calm, because clarity always feels peaceful. My beloved child, you are not meant to carry old questions into new beginnings. Leave them here, in this moment, where they can finally rest. You have received the understanding you needed. You have seen the truth behind the silence. You have recognized your own strength. There is nothing more you need to search for in the past. Walk forward now with confidence. Your story is not defined by who could not stay. It is defined by how you continue to grow. Every step you take from this point will be guided by the wisdom you gained. Every choice you make will be clearer because you now know what your heart truly needs. You are becoming someone who loves without losing themselves, someone who gives without being drained, someone who receives without fear. This balance is the greatest gift you could have gained from this experience. It will shape every relationship, every decision, every path you walk. My beloved child, I am proud of you for not closing your heart, for not becoming bitter, for still believing in love even after confusion. That belief is your light. Protect it, nurture it, and share it only with those who show they can honor it. The past has spoken. The lesson has been received. The weight has been lifted. Now the path ahead is open, clear, and waiting for you. Move forward gently, with hope in your heart and trust in yourself, knowing that what is meant for you will come without silence, without confusion, and without fear. My beloved child, as you stand in this new awareness, there is a gentle shift happening inside you that you may not yet fully notice. The questions that once echoed loudly in your mind are now becoming quiet, like distant waves that no longer reach the shore of your thoughts. This is not because the memories have disappeared, but because they no longer hold power over your peace. You are learning the sacred art of remembering without reliving, of understanding without reopening wounds. There was a time when you believed that if only you had said one more thing, waited a little longer, been a little different, the outcome might have changed. But now your soul is beginning to accept a deeper truth. What is meant for you does not require you to reshape yourself into someone else. Real connection does not grow in uncertainty, it grows in mutual courage. You offered that courage. You showed up with honesty. You remained present even when you were unsure. That was never your weakness, it was your strength. This person wants you to know that your presence taught them something they could not learn alone. You showed them what patience looks like, what understanding feels like, what quiet support means. Before you, they believed that relationships were complicated negotiations, but with you they experienced simplicity, and that simplicity frightened them because it was unfamiliar. They mistook peace for vulnerability and vulnerability for risk. So they stepped away, not because you were wrong for them, but because they were not ready to be right for you. My beloved child, do not carry the responsibility for another person's readiness. Each soul has its own timing, its own lessons, its own path toward growth. You crossed paths at a moment when your hearts could recognize each other but could not walk together. That recognition was real, but it was not meant to become permanence. And that is not a loss, it is a completion of a purpose that has now fulfilled itself. There is a quiet blessing hidden in this experience. Because you loved without receiving the same clarity in return, you were forced to turn inward and discover your own depth. You learned how to sit with your emotions instead of escaping them. You learned how to give yourself comfort instead of waiting for it. You learned that your worth exists even when someone else cannot see it. These lessons are not small, they are the foundation of a strong and peaceful life. You may still feel moments of curiosity about what they are doing, how they are feeling, whether they ever regret their distance. Let these thoughts pass like clouds. Curiosity is natural, but it does not need to become attachment. Your path is no longer connected to their choices. Their journey continues separately, shaped by their own realizations, their own growth, their own understanding of what they lost and what they learned. My beloved child, there is something beautiful about the way your heart has remained soft despite everything. Softness is not fragility, it is resilience. A hard heart avoids pain but also blocks joy. Your heart, still open, still capable of love, will allow you to experience a depth of happiness that guarded hearts never reach. Protect your softness with wisdom, not with walls. Soon you will notice that your thoughts about this person come less frequently. When they do appear, they will feel neutral, almost peaceful. You will remember the good without longing for it to return. You will acknowledge the pain without feeling it again. This is the sign that the emotional thread has been gently released. You will not need a dramatic ending or a final conversation to feel complete. Completion will come from within you. My beloved child, your life is expanding in ways you cannot yet fully see. There are new connections forming, new opportunities approaching, new experiences waiting to enter your world. These things require your full presence. Do not let your energy remain tied to a chapter that has already given you its lesson. Turn your attention toward what is growing now, your skills, your passions, your dreams, your friendships, your self-understanding. You are becoming someone who recognizes the difference between attention and intention, between words and actions, between temporary attraction and genuine alignment. This clarity will protect you from confusion in the future. You will not chase mixed signals. You will not ignore your intuition. You will choose environments and people that reflect the respect you have learned to give yourself. My beloved child, there will be a moment when someone looks at you with the same sincerity you once offered to another. They will not hesitate. They will not withdraw. They will not leave you guessing. Their presence will feel calm and steady, not intense and uncertain. And when that moment comes, you will understand why everything unfolded the way it did. You will see that you were being prepared, not rejected. The love that belongs to you will not require you to question your value. It will not make you feel small. It will not ask you to wait in silence. It will meet you in the open, in honesty, in mutual effort. That love is not far away, it is moving toward you as you continue to move toward yourself. My beloved child, honor the journey you have completed. You have transformed confusion into clarity, longing into understanding, and pain into wisdom. You have grown into someone who can hold their own heart with care. This is the true message that was meant for you. Not the story of another person, but the discovery of your own strength. Take a deep breath and feel the lightness within you. Feel how your future no longer feels blocked by unanswered questions. Feel how your path is opening, step by step, with quiet confidence. You are no longer waiting for a message from someone else, because you have received the message that truly matters. You are worthy of clear, present, and fearless love. Walk forward now without looking back. Carry the lessons, leave the weight, and trust that everything you experienced was guiding you toward this moment of peace. Your heart is free, your path is open, and your story is moving into a chapter filled with clarity, mutual connection, and genuine joy. My beloved child, now you are standing in a space that once felt impossible to reach. Not long ago your heart was filled with questions, with echoes of words that were never spoken, with feelings that seemed to circle without rest. But look at you now, you are breathing differently, thinking differently, feeling differently. The storm that once lived inside you has softened into a quiet understanding. This is the power of your growth. You are beginning to see that the message was never only about another person. It was about you discovering your own depth, your own resilience, your own capacity to love without losing yourself. You were not placed in that connection to remain there forever. You were placed there to awaken something within you that had been waiting to rise. And now it has risen. There were nights when you felt alone, when you wondered why your heart held on to something that your mind tried to release. In those moments you were not weak, you were processing, you were learning, you were transforming. Healing is not a straight path, and you walked through every curve with patience even when you did not realize it. Every tear, every question, every moment of reflection was shaping you into someone more aware, more grounded, more connected to your own truth. My beloved child, the person from your past was a chapter, not the entire story. They were a mirror that showed you how deeply you can feel, how genuinely you can care, how much you are capable of giving. But they also showed you what happens when your effort is not matched, when your presence is not fully received. This contrast was necessary for you to recognize the kind of love that aligns with your soul. Do not look back with regret. There is nothing to regret in loving sincerely. Regret only belongs to moments when we deny our truth, and you never denied yours. You showed up with honesty, with kindness, with openness. That is something to be proud of, not something to question. You are now stepping into a phase where your energy is becoming more stable and centered. You will notice that you no longer feel the need to check for signs, to search for hidden meanings, to interpret silence. You will value clarity over mystery, peace over intensity, mutual effort over one-sided longing. This shift will change the kind of people you attract into your life. My beloved child, there is also forgiveness growing inside you, not only for them, but for yourself. You are forgiving yourself for the times you doubted your worth, for the times you waited longer than you should have, for the times you gave more than you received. This self-forgiveness is one of the most powerful forms of healing. It releases you from the past completely. There is a beautiful truth you are beginning to live: you no longer need someone else to choose you in order to feel chosen. You choose yourself. You honor your own feelings. You respect your own boundaries. You listen to your own intuition. This is the foundation of a peaceful life and a healthy relationship. My beloved child, your future is not empty, it is full of possibilities that match the person you are becoming. There are conversations that will inspire you, friendships that will support you, experiences that will expand your perspective. And yes, there will be a love that meets you with the same depth you offer. But this time you will not lose yourself in the process. You will remain grounded, aware, and balanced. When you meet that person, you will not feel the anxiety you once felt. You will feel calm. You will not question their feelings because their actions will be consistent. You will not feel the need to prove your worth because they will recognize it naturally. This is the difference between a lesson and a destiny. My beloved child, everything you went through was preparing you for this new level of understanding. The confusion taught you to value clarity. The silence taught you to value communication. The distance taught you to value presence. Every experience was shaping your ability to recognize what is real. You are no longer carrying the past as a burden. You are carrying it as wisdom. Wisdom does not weigh you down, it guides you forward. It helps you make better choices. It helps you protect your peace. It helps you build connections that are balanced and healthy. Take a moment now and feel gratitude for how far you have come. Feel gratitude for your own strength, for your own patience, for your own growth. You did not give up on yourself even when you felt lost. You kept moving, slowly, gently, but consistently. That is why you are here now, in a place of understanding instead of confusion. My beloved child, your heart is open again, but this time it is also wise. It knows when to give and when to step back. It knows when to trust and when to observe. It knows that love should feel safe, not uncertain. This balance will protect you and guide you toward the connections that truly belong in your life. The past has completed its purpose. The lesson has been learned. The emotional thread has been released. You are free, not because you forced yourself to forget, but because you understood. Walk forward now with confidence and peace. The path ahead is not filled with questions, it is filled with opportunities. Your story is not about what ended. It is about what is beginning. You are stepping into a chapter where your presence is valued, your voice is heard, and your heart is met with the same sincerity it gives. My beloved child, trust this new space you are in. Trust the calm. Trust the clarity. Trust yourself. Everything you need is already within you, and everything meant for you is moving toward you at the right time. Go forward gently, carrying only the love and wisdom you gained, leaving behind the confusion that once held you. Your journey continues, but now it continues with lightness, with awareness, and with a deep, unshakable understanding of your own worth. My beloved child, feel how quiet your heart has become compared to the days when every memory felt like a question that needed an answer. You are not the same person who once searched for signs in every small detail. You have crossed a distance within yourself that no one else could see, a distance from doubt to understanding, from waiting to accepting, from holding on to gently releasing. This is a sacred movement of the soul. You once believed that closure would come from hearing certain words, from receiving a message, from one final conversation that would explain everything. But now you are discovering something deeper. Closure is not a door someone else opens for you. It is a door you open within yourself when you finally see the truth without resistance. And you have reached that point, my beloved child. You no longer need an explanation to feel complete. There is a softness in the way you remember them now. The intensity has faded, and in its place there is a quiet recognition of what was and what was not. You are able to see the beauty of the connection without denying the imbalance that existed. This balanced vision is a sign of maturity, of emotional growth, of inner peace. You have learned that love cannot grow in silence alone. It needs expression, courage, and presence. You have learned that your heart deserves reciprocity, not confusion. You have learned that waiting for someone to become ready can sometimes delay your own journey. These lessons are not painful anymore, they are guiding lights that will protect you in the future. My beloved child, there is something else changing within you. You are no longer measuring your worth through someone else's attention. You are not asking, "Why did they not choose me?" Instead, you are asking, "Does this align with who I am becoming?" This shift is powerful. It means you are placing your own growth at the center of your life. The energy that was once tied to longing is now becoming creative energy, peaceful energy, forward-moving energy. You will begin to notice new interests, new motivations, new ideas appearing in your mind. These are signs that your heart is making space for new experiences. When you release the past, you create room for the future. My beloved child, you may still encounter moments when an old memory appears unexpectedly. Do not push it away and do not hold on to it. Simply acknowledge it and let it pass. Each time you do this, you strengthen your ability to remain present. Eventually, those memories will feel like distant photographs, part of your story, but no longer part of your emotional reality. You are now ready to build connections that are rooted in mutual understanding. You will recognize the difference between someone who is emotionally available and someone who is not. You will not try to convince someone to see your value. You will allow your value to be recognized naturally by those who are capable of seeing it. My beloved child, the love that belongs to you will not arrive as confusion. It will arrive as calmness. It will not make you question your place, it will make you feel secure. It will not disappear when things become real, it will grow stronger. And because of everything you have learned, you will be able to receive this love without fear. There is also a deeper relationship forming now, the relationship with yourself. You are learning to listen to your own needs, to respect your own boundaries, to comfort yourself in difficult moments. This self-connection is the foundation of every healthy bond you will form in the future. Do not underestimate how far you have come. There was a time when you felt lost in emotions you could not control. Now you are observing your feelings with awareness. You are not overwhelmed, you are understanding. This transformation is a sign of inner strength. My beloved child, your journey is moving into a phase of clarity and growth. The past has given you its lessons, and you have received them with grace. There is nothing more you need to carry from that chapter. You can bless it for what it taught you and let it rest. Ahead of you are moments of joy that will not be shadowed by doubt, conversations that will not leave you confused, connections that will not require you to question your worth. You will feel seen, heard, and valued in ways that feel natural, not forced. Trust the calm you feel now. Calmness is not emptiness, it is peace. It is the space where new things can grow. It is the sign that your heart is no longer in conflict. From this calmness, your future will begin to unfold with clarity. My beloved child, you are free. Free from waiting, free from questioning, free from carrying the weight of what was never yours to hold. You are walking forward with wisdom, with self-respect, with an open but protected heart. Continue your journey with confidence. Everything you experienced was leading you to this understanding. Everything you learned is preparing you for what is coming next. And what is coming next is not confusion, it is alignment, mutual effort, and genuine love. Go forward gently, knowing that your heart is whole, your path is clear, and your story is still unfolding in beautiful ways. My beloved child, now you are walking through a space that once felt heavy but has become light beneath your steps. You can feel it in the way your thoughts no longer rush, in the way your chest no longer tightens when memories appear, in the way your eyes look toward the future instead of searching the past. This is not something that happens suddenly. It is the result of your patience, your courage, and your willingness to understand instead of escape. There was a time when you believed that if you held on long enough, something would change. You believed that your consistency, your care, your silent loyalty would eventually be seen and returned in the same way. But now you understand that love cannot be earned through endurance alone. Love must be met with love. Effort must be met with effort. Presence must be met with presence. This realization has not hardened you, it has made you wiser. My beloved child, you are no longer standing in the shadow of what could have been. You are standing in the light of what is possible. The difference between these two spaces is the difference between longing and living. You are choosing to live now. You are choosing to invest your energy in your own growth, your own peace, your own joy. You may notice that your days are becoming fuller, not because the past has disappeared, but because you are no longer giving it all your attention. Your mind is opening to new ideas, new goals, new interests. This is the natural flow of a heart that has released its attachment. When you stop holding on to what is uncertain, you create space for what is real. My beloved child, there is strength in the way you did not become bitter. You could have closed your heart. You could have decided that love was not worth the risk. But you did not. You allowed yourself to feel, to learn, to grow. That is the mark of a strong soul. You have kept your ability to care, but now you are pairing it with the wisdom to choose where that care is placed. There is also a quiet confidence growing inside you. You may not always notice it, but it is there, in the way you no longer seek constant reassurance, in the way you trust your intuition, in the way you step back when something does not feel right. This confidence is your protection. It ensures that you will not repeat the same patterns. My beloved child, the connection from your past has completed its role in your life. It came to teach you depth, to show you your own capacity for love, and to guide you toward self-respect. It was not meant to stay because its purpose was to awaken you, not to accompany you forever. When you see it this way, there is no loss, only completion. You are now ready for relationships that are built on mutual clarity. You will not need to guess how someone feels. You will not need to interpret silence. You will not need to carry the emotional weight alone. The connections that come to you now will feel balanced. They will feel calm. They will feel honest. My beloved child, you are also learning to enjoy your own presence. This is one of the most important transformations. When you are comfortable with yourself, you no longer accept situations that disturb your peace. You no longer stay where you are not valued. You no longer chase what is not aligned with you. This self-connection is the foundation of a fulfilling life. There will be moments of happiness that arrive quietly, laughter with friends, small achievements, peaceful evenings, conversations that flow easily. These moments may seem simple, but they are signs that your life is becoming stable and grounded. Stability may not feel as intense as the emotional highs of the past, but it is far more nourishing. My beloved child, the love that is coming toward you will recognize this new version of you. It will meet your calmness with calmness, your honesty with honesty, your openness with openness. You will not feel the need to prove yourself. You will simply be yourself, and that will be enough. Do not rush this process. Let everything unfold naturally. You have already done the hardest part by releasing what was unclear. Now your role is to continue growing, to continue trusting, to continue choosing what aligns with your heart. There is no need to look back anymore. The past has given you its lesson, and you have received it fully. The emotional thread has been untied. You are free to move forward without carrying any hidden weight. My beloved child, walk into this new chapter with confidence. You are not the same person who once waited for answers. You are someone who creates their own clarity. You are someone who honors their own worth. You are someone who understands that real love does not require confusion. Your journey continues, but now it continues with peace, with balance, and with a deep understanding of yourself. Everything ahead of you is shaped by this awareness. Everything ahead of you is open. Go forward gently, with hope in your heart and trust in your steps. Your story is no longer about what ended, it is about what is beginning. My beloved child, as you move further into this new space within yourself, you may begin to notice something beautiful and unfamiliar, a steady sense of calm that does not depend on anyone else's presence. This calm is your own creation. It is the result of every moment you chose understanding over anger, acceptance over resistance, growth over attachment. You did not arrive here by accident. You walked here, step by step, even when the path felt uncertain. There was a time when your thoughts circled around the same memories like a question that had no answer. Now those thoughts come and go like passing clouds. They no longer stay. They no longer define your day. This is how you know you are healing, not because you have erased the past, but because the past no longer controls your present. My beloved child, you are learning the difference between love and longing. Love gives strength, peace, and clarity. Longing creates confusion, waiting, and doubt. What you carried before was a mixture of both, and that is why it felt so heavy. Now you are choosing only what feels peaceful, only what feels mutual, only what feels real. You may look back and wonder why you held on for so long. Do not judge yourself for that. You held on because your heart was sincere. You believed in the good you saw in someone. You hoped for growth and honesty. That is not a mistake, that is compassion. But now your compassion includes yourself. You are no longer willing to abandon your own needs while waiting for someone else to recognize them. My beloved child, there is a quiet strength in the way you have accepted that not every connection is meant to continue. Some connections arrive to teach, to awaken, to reflect, and then to leave. Their purpose is not measured by how long they stay but by what they reveal. This connection revealed your depth, your patience, your loyalty, and your capacity to love without conditions. These are gifts that remain with you. You are no longer asking, "What did I mean to them?" You are asking, "What did this experience teach me about myself?" This shift is powerful. It places you at the center of your own story. It reminds you that your growth does not depend on someone else's choices. My beloved child, you are becoming more aware of your boundaries. You are learning to step back when something feels unbalanced. You are learning to listen when your intuition speaks. You are learning that your peace is more valuable than temporary emotional intensity. These lessons will guide you toward healthier connections. There is also a new kind of hope forming within you, not the anxious hope that waits for someone to return, but the calm hope that trusts something better is ahead. This hope does not rush. It does not demand. It simply knows that life is unfolding in your favor as long as you remain true to yourself. You will soon notice that you are more present in your daily life. You will enjoy simple moments without your mind drifting back to the past. You will feel more focused on your goals, more connected to your surroundings, more open to new experiences. This is the natural result of releasing emotional weight. My beloved child, the love that is meant for you will arrive when you are not searching for it in the past. It will come through shared understanding, mutual effort, and emotional availability. It will feel stable, not uncertain. It will feel safe, not confusing. And because of everything you have learned, you will recognize it immediately. You will not have to guess where you stand. You will not have to interpret silence. You will not have to question your worth. You will feel valued without asking for it. This is the kind of connection that aligns with the person you have become. My beloved child, be proud of your journey. You faced your emotions instead of avoiding them. You allowed yourself to feel, to reflect, to grow. Many people run from this process, but you stayed with it. That is why you are stronger now. That is why your heart is wiser. There is nothing more you need to resolve from the past. The lesson is complete. The understanding is clear. The emotional thread has been gently released. You are free. Walk forward with confidence and kindness toward yourself. Continue to nurture your own growth. Continue to choose what feels balanced and honest. Continue to trust your intuition. Your story is no longer about waiting for someone else to change. It is about you evolving into someone who knows their worth, honors their feelings, and welcomes only what aligns with their peace. My beloved child, the path ahead is open, calm, and filled with new possibilities. Step into it without fear. Everything you experienced was preparing you for this moment of clarity. Go forward gently, carrying only the wisdom and leaving behind the weight. Your heart is light. Your mind is clear. Your future is ready to meet you. My beloved child, as you take these next gentle steps forward, you may begin to notice how different your inner world feels compared to before. There was a time when your heart felt like a room filled with echoes, every memory repeating, every question circling, every silence feeling louder than words. But now that room has windows. Light enters. Air moves freely. You are no longer trapped inside your own thoughts. You are living beyond them. You are starting to understand that closure was never something another person could give you. Closure is the moment you stop asking why someone could not love you the way you loved them, and instead you recognize that your love was always valuable, regardless of how it was received. This understanding is your freedom. My beloved child, you once believed that if you could just understand their behavior, you would find peace. But peace did not come from understanding them, it came from understanding yourself. It came from realizing that your needs were valid, your feelings were real, and your desire for clarity was not too much. You were never asking for more than basic emotional presence. And now you know that you deserve nothing less. There is a gentle confidence growing inside you. It is not loud, it is not dramatic, but it is steady. It is the confidence that says, I will not stay where I am uncertain. It is the confidence that says, I will not chase what does not meet me halfway. This quiet confidence will guide your choices in ways that protect your peace. My beloved child, the person from your past no longer holds a central place in your emotional world. They are becoming a memory, a lesson, a chapter that shaped you but does not define you. You can wish them well without wishing for their return. This is a sign of true release. You are also discovering that your life has many dimensions beyond that one connection. There are dreams you placed on hold, interests you ignored, parts of yourself that waited patiently for your attention. Now you are turning toward them. You are investing in your own growth, your own happiness, your own path. This is where your energy belongs. There will be moments of joy that feel simple but deeply satisfying, moments when you realize you went an entire day without thinking about the past, moments when you laugh freely, moments when you feel completely present. These moments are not small, they are milestones of healing. My beloved child, you are learning that real love does not require you to lose your balance. It does not pull you into uncertainty. It does not make you question your worth. Real love stands beside you, not ahead of you, not behind you. It walks with you. And when that love enters your life, you will not feel the urgency you once felt. You will not feel the need to hold on tightly. You will feel calm, secure, and open. You will recognize it not by intensity but by consistency. This is the love that aligns with the person you have become. Do not rush toward the future, and do not look back toward the past. Stay in this present moment where your heart is learning to trust again. Trust not in someone else, but in yourself. Self-trust is the foundation of every healthy relationship. My beloved child, you have transformed pain into wisdom, confusion into clarity, longing into self-respect. This transformation is your true achievement. No one else could have done this for you. You did it through your willingness to face your own emotions and grow from them. Be proud of how you chose healing instead of bitterness. Be proud of how you remained kind even when you were hurt. Be proud of how you continued moving forward even when you did not know where the path would lead. These choices define your strength. There is nothing left for you to resolve in the past. The lessons have been integrated. The emotional ties have been released. You are not carrying unanswered questions anymore. You are carrying understanding. My beloved child, your future is not waiting for you, it is already unfolding. Every step you take in self-respect, every decision you make in alignment with your peace, every moment you choose clarity over confusion is shaping a life that feels stable and fulfilling. Continue to nurture your own heart. Continue to listen to your intuition. Continue to choose environments and people that reflect your worth. This is how you maintain the peace you have created. You are no longer the person who waited for someone else to recognize your value. You are the person who recognizes it within yourself. This is your power. Walk forward gently, with gratitude for what you learned and excitement for what is coming. Your path is clear, your heart is steady, and your story is moving into a chapter filled with mutual connection, emotional safety, and genuine joy. My beloved child, everything you needed to understand has been revealed to you. Everything you needed to release has been released. You are free to live, to love, and to grow without looking back. Go forward now with confidence and peace, knowing that your journey is guided by the wisdom you gained and the strength you discovered within yourself. My beloved child, as you continue walking in this quiet strength, you may begin to notice how your heart responds differently to the world around you. Situations that once would have stirred anxiety now pass through you without disturbance. You observe more, you react less, and this calm awareness is a sign that you are no longer controlled by old emotional patterns. You are living from understanding, not from fear. There was a time when you measured your value by how much someone else stayed, how much attention they gave, how clearly they expressed their feelings. Now you are learning a deeper truth: your value is constant. It does not increase when someone chooses you, and it does not decrease when someone walks away. This realization frees you from the need to seek validation outside yourself. My beloved child, you are also becoming more selective with your energy. You no longer give your time and emotions to situations that feel uncertain or unbalanced. You are learning to pause, to observe, to ask yourself whether something aligns with your peace before you invest in it. This is not distance, it is wisdom. You may still feel moments of tenderness when you think about the past, but that tenderness is no longer painful. It is gentle, like remembering a place you once visited but no longer live in. You can appreciate what it taught you without wanting to return. This is how you know you have truly moved forward. There is also a new sense of direction forming within you. You are thinking more about your own goals, your own path, your own growth. You are beginning to understand that your life is much larger than one connection. There are dreams waiting for your attention, talents waiting to be developed, experiences waiting to be lived. When your energy is focused on these things, your life begins to expand. My beloved child, you are becoming someone who creates their own emotional safety. You do not depend on someone else's consistency to feel stable. You build stability within yourself. This inner stability will allow you to enter future relationships without fear of losing yourself. And when someone new enters your life, you will not feel the need to prove your worth or earn their attention. You will simply be yourself, and you will allow their actions to show whether they are capable of meeting you at the same level. This balance will protect your heart while keeping it open. You have also learned the importance of timing. You now understand that even a genuine connection cannot grow if both people are not ready at the same moment. This understanding removes the illusion that something was wrong with you. Nothing was wrong with you. The timing was simply not aligned, and that is not something you could control. My beloved child, forgiveness has completed its work within you. You have forgiven them for their distance, and you have forgiven yourself for holding on. Forgiveness does not mean you accept less in the future, it means you release the emotional weight so you can move forward freely. You are now in a phase of rebuilding, not rebuilding from loss, but building from wisdom. You are shaping a life that reflects your values, your peace, and your self-respect. This life will attract people who resonate with the same clarity. There will be moments when you feel a quiet joy for no specific reason. This joy is the result of inner alignment. It comes when your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions are no longer in conflict. It is a sign that you are living in harmony with yourself. My beloved child, your heart is no longer searching for answers. It is creating meaning. It is finding beauty in the present. It is trusting the future without needing to control it. This is the state of true healing. You are not waiting for love anymore. You are becoming love in the way you treat yourself, in the way you speak to yourself, in the way you honor your own needs. And because of this, the love that comes to you will be a reflection of that same energy. The path ahead is steady and clear. You will not be drawn into confusion again because you now recognize the signs of imbalance early. You will choose clarity, communication, and mutual effort. This is how your future becomes different from your past. My beloved child, take pride in how far you have come. You transformed uncertainty into understanding. You turned longing into self-respect. You changed pain into wisdom. This is a profound journey. Continue forward with patience and trust. There is nothing you need to chase. What is meant for you will arrive naturally and remain consistently. Your role is simply to stay aligned with your own truth. You are free now, free to grow, free to explore, free to love without fear. Your story is no longer about what ended, it is about what is beginning within you. Walk gently into this new chapter, carrying only the lessons that strengthened you and leaving behind everything that once made you doubt your worth. Your heart is steady, your mind is clear, and your future is open. My beloved child, you are exactly where you need to be, and everything ahead of you is unfolding in quiet, beautiful alignment. My beloved child, as you continue on this path of quiet understanding, you may notice how your inner voice has changed. It no longer asks, "Why did this happen to me?" Instead, it gently says, "This helped me become who I am." That shift is the true sign of healing. When your story changes from pain to purpose, you step into your power. You are no longer carrying the weight of expectations that were never fulfilled. You are no longer waiting for someone to return and complete a chapter that has already closed. You have accepted that some stories end without a final conversation, without perfect clarity, and yet they still leave behind valuable wisdom. This acceptance has brought you peace. My beloved child, you are beginning to trust your own perception. In the past you doubted your intuition, you questioned what you felt, you tried to give the benefit of the doubt even when something inside you felt uncertain. Now you listen to that inner voice with respect. You understand that your intuition is not fear, it is guidance. There is also a new rhythm in your life. Your days are not centered around memories anymore. They are filled with your own growth, your own interests, your own connections. You are building a life that reflects who you truly are, not who you hoped someone else would see. You may still carry gratitude for the connection that once was, but that gratitude is calm and balanced. It does not pull you backward. It simply acknowledges that the experience helped you discover your own depth. And then it allows you to move forward. My beloved child, you are learning that self-respect is a form of love. When you choose not to stay in situations that make you question your worth, you are loving yourself. When you choose clarity over confusion, you are loving yourself. When you choose to walk away from imbalance, you are loving yourself. This self-love will guide every future decision. There is something beautiful about the way you now approach relationships. You are no longer trying to prove your value. You are observing whether someone's actions align with your standards. You are allowing connections to develop naturally instead of forcing them. This patience will lead you to people who are truly compatible with you. My beloved child, the love that will enter your life will feel different from anything you have known before. It will not be filled with uncertainty. It will not leave you wondering where you stand. It will be clear, steady, and mutual. And because you have learned to value your own peace, you will recognize that this calmness is what real love feels like. You have also learned that closure is an internal process. You no longer need someone else to explain their behavior for you to move on. You understand that their actions were a reflection of their own readiness, not a reflection of your worth. This understanding has released you from the need for external validation. My beloved child, you are becoming someone who is emotionally independent. This does not mean you do not value connection. It means you do not depend on it for your sense of self. You bring your own stability into every interaction. This makes your future relationships healthier and more balanced. There will be moments when you look back and feel proud of your growth. You will remember how deeply you once felt and how lost you once were, and you will see how far you have come. This pride is not arrogance, it is recognition of your resilience. You are no longer defined by what you lost. You are defined by what you learned. And what you learned has made you stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your true self. My beloved child, your journey is now moving forward with purpose. You are setting goals, making plans, and investing your energy in things that bring you fulfillment. This forward movement is a sign that your heart is fully engaged in the present. You do not need to fear repeating the past because you are no longer the same person who lived it. You have new awareness, new boundaries, and new standards. These will guide you toward healthier experiences. The connection that once held so much of your attention has now become a quiet memory. It does not disturb your peace. It does not influence your decisions. It simply exists as a reminder of how much you have grown. My beloved child, continue to honor your own journey. Continue to trust your intuition. Continue to choose what aligns with your peace. This is how you maintain the clarity you have gained. Everything ahead of you is shaped by this new understanding. You are not walking toward uncertainty, you are walking toward alignment. The people who enter your life now will reflect the respect you have learned to give yourself. Go forward with confidence and calmness. Your heart is steady, your mind is clear, and your path is open. You have released what was not meant to stay, and you are ready to receive what truly belongs to you. My beloved child, your story is no longer about waiting for someone else to see your worth. It is about living fully in the knowledge that your worth has always been there. And from this place of self-respect and inner peace, everything that comes to you will be more genuine, more balanced, and more real. Walk gently into this new chapter, knowing that you are guided by wisdom, protected by your boundaries, and supported by the strength you discovered within yourself. My beloved child, as you continue to move through this new chapter of your life, you may notice how natural your breathing feels, how your thoughts no longer rush to fill the silence, how your heart rests in a space that once felt unfamiliar but now feels like home. This is the home within yourself that you were always meant to find. You searched for it in another person, but it was always waiting inside you. There was a time when you thought that peace would come only when everything made sense, when every question had an answer, when every feeling was explained. But now you understand that peace comes from acceptance, not from explanation. You have accepted what happened without needing to change it, and that acceptance has released you. My beloved child, you are no longer standing at the door of the past. You are walking fully into the present. You are making choices based on your growth, not on your memories. You are allowing your life to expand in ways that reflect your true self. You may still remember how deeply you once felt, how strongly you once hoped, how patiently you once waited. Do not see those moments as weakness. They were expressions of your capacity to love. And that capacity has not disappeared. It has become wiser. You now know where to place your energy and where to protect it. There is a quiet joy growing inside you that does not depend on external validation. It comes from knowing who you are, from respecting your own boundaries, from trusting your own path. This joy is steady and lasting because it is rooted within you. My beloved child, you are also learning to appreciate your own company. You are finding comfort in your own presence, clarity in your own thoughts, and strength in your own decisions. This self-connection is one of the most powerful forms of healing. It means you will never again feel lost within yourself. You are no longer searching for someone to complete you. You are complete. The connections that come into your life now will not fill a void, they will share in the fullness you already carry. This is the difference between seeking and attracting. There will be moments when you look around and realize how far you have come, how your mind is calmer, how your heart is lighter, how your focus is clearer. These moments are reminders of your transformation. They show you that your effort to heal was not in vain. My beloved child, the person from your past no longer holds emotional power over you. You have released the need for their validation, their presence, their explanation. You have taken back your energy and placed it where it belongs. With yourself. This does not mean you have erased the past. It means you have integrated it. You have taken the lessons and left behind the pain. You have kept the wisdom and released the attachment. This is what true closure feels like. You are now ready for a future that is built on mutual respect, clear communication, and emotional balance. You will not settle for confusion because you know what clarity feels like. You will not accept inconsistency because you value stability. You will not ignore your intuition because you trust it. My beloved child, the love that is meant for you will meet you in this space of self-awareness. It will not disrupt your peace, it will enhance it. It will not make you question your worth, it will reflect it. It will not require you to change who you are. It will appreciate you as you are. You do not need to rush toward this love. It will arrive at the right time, when your life is aligned with your values and your heart is open but grounded. Your role is simply to continue being true to yourself. There is also a deeper purpose unfolding in your life beyond relationships. You are discovering your own passions, your own goals, your own direction. You are building a life that feels meaningful and fulfilling on its own. This sense of purpose will attract the right people and opportunities. My beloved child, take a moment to acknowledge your strength. You faced uncertainty and did not lose yourself. You experienced disappointment and did not become bitter. You felt deeply and still chose to grow. These are not small achievements, they are signs of a resilient and awakened heart. You are no longer defined by what did not work out. You are defined by how you transformed through it. Your story is not about loss, it is about evolution. Continue forward with trust in yourself. Continue to honor your peace. Continue to choose what aligns with your values. This is how you maintain the clarity you have gained. Your journey is now guided by wisdom instead of longing, by self-respect instead of doubt, by calmness instead of confusion. Everything ahead of you will reflect this new energy. My beloved child, you are free. Free to live without waiting, free to love without fear, free to grow without looking back. Your heart is steady, your mind is clear, and your path is open. Walk gently into this future, knowing that you carry within you everything you once searched for outside. You are whole. You are ready. And your life is unfolding in beautiful, peaceful alignment. My beloved child, listen carefully, because this moment is not ordinary. You did not come here by accident. You did not hear these words by chance. There is a reason your heart feels restless right now, a reason your mind keeps returning to that one person, that one situation, that one unanswered question. I urgently have to tell you what this person wants you to know now. They have been carrying these words inside their heart, but fear, confusion, and pride have kept them silent. They do not know how to reach you, yet their soul keeps calling your name in ways you cannot see, but you can feel. You may have noticed it in small signs. A memory appearing suddenly. A song that reminds you of them. A dream that felt too real to ignore. These are not coincidences, my child. These are messages traveling from one heart to another. This person wants you to know that they never truly stopped caring. Even in silence, even in distance, even when they pretended to move on, a part of them remained with you. They have replayed your last conversation many times, wishing they had spoken differently, wishing they had been more honest, more brave, more open. They want you to know that their silence was not a lack of love. It was fear. Fear of losing you completely. Fear of saying the wrong thing. Fear of being vulnerable and not knowing if you would understand. My beloved child, you have been wondering why you still feel connected to them. You tried to forget. You tried to move forward. You told yourself that it was over, that it no longer mattered. But every time you reached that point, something pulled you back, not into pain, but into reflection. This is because the story between you and this person is not only about the past. There is something unfinished, something unspoken, something that still seeks understanding. They want you to know that they are sorry. Sorry for the moments they were distant. Sorry for the times they did not show up the way you needed. Sorry for the words they never said and the emotions they hid behind silence. They have been growing, my child. Slowly, quietly, in ways you cannot see. Life has been teaching them lessons that they once ignored. They are beginning to understand your value, your patience, your love, and the way you stood by them even when they did not deserve it. This realization did not come easily. It came through loneliness. It came through losing things they once took for granted. It came through moments where they wished they could speak to you, but did not know if they had the right anymore. They want you to know that you were never the problem. Your love was never too much. Your expectations were never unreasonable. Your heart was never wrong for caring deeply. You have been blaming yourself, my child. You have been wondering if you should have done more, said less, stayed longer, or left earlier. Release this burden now. You did what your heart knew was right at that time. You loved sincerely, and that is never a mistake. This person remembers the way you supported them when no one else did. They remember your kindness, your laughter, the way you listened without judgment. They remember how safe they felt with you, even if they never said it aloud. And now, they are beginning to understand that what you gave them was rare. It was not ordinary. It was not something they can easily find again. My beloved child, this message is not here to pull you back into old pain. It is here to give you clarity. It is here to free your heart from questions that have remained unanswered. They want you to know that they are proud of you. Proud of how you kept going even when you were hurting. Proud of how you chose growth instead of bitterness. Proud of how you are becoming stronger, wiser, and more peaceful. They see you from a distance, even if you do not realize it. They notice the changes in you. They notice your silence, your strength, your independence. And part of them feels happy for you, while another part wonders if they still have a place in your life. But listen carefully, my child. This message is not asking you to go back. It is not telling you to wait. It is not telling you to hold on to something that no longer serves your soul. It is simply revealing the truth that was hidden. You are free to choose your path. You are free to forgive or to simply move forward with peace. You are free to keep the lessons and release the pain. This person wants you to be happy, even if that happiness does not include them. And that realization is part of their growth. My beloved child, you have reached a point where your heart is learning balance. You are no longer the person who waits endlessly. You are no longer the person who loses themselves for someone else. You are becoming someone who loves deeply but also honors their own worth. This is why this message is coming now. Because you are strong enough to hear it without breaking. You are wise enough to understand it without losing yourself. You are peaceful enough to accept it without reopening old wounds. Take this as closure where there was confusion. Take this as understanding where there was silence. Take this as validation where there was doubt. You were loved. You were appreciated, even if it was not shown properly. You were important, even if they did not say it at the right time. And most importantly, you did not lose anything by loving sincerely. You gained strength, depth, and self-awareness. Now, a new chapter is opening for you. A chapter where you no longer seek answers from those who cannot give them. A chapter where your peace is not dependent on someone else's actions. A chapter where your heart is aligned with your own growth. Let go of the need to know what will happen between you and this person in the future. Let go of the need to control the outcome. What is meant for you will come naturally, without confusion, without fear, without silence. For now, receive this message as a gift of truth. A truth that releases you from the past and prepares you for what is coming next. You are not alone, my child. You are guided. You are protected. And every experience you have gone through has been shaping you into someone stronger and more aware. Walk forward with peace in your heart. Carry the lessons, not the pain. Carry the love, not the attachment. Carry the wisdom, not the regret. And remember, you are deeply valued, deeply seen, and deeply loved in ways that go far beyond what you can currently understand.